Toyota of Dartmouth serves the greater Fall River, New Bedford area and beyond. The Zamito family owns and operates the dealership with a hometown feel and great customer service. Today, AutoIntelligence sits down with Toyota of Dartmouth owner Paul Zamito to learn the family story and their keys to success. So Paul, give us the Toyota of Dartmouth story.
Okay, well, the family story, not the Toyota of Dartmouth story, started in 1975. My dad was a Boston fireman, started an ambulance business, bought one ambulance, and we'll fast forward 20 years later, 1995, 2,000 employees, 400 vehicles, running all throughout New England, based out of Foxborough, our hometown. That's where the family business started. Sold the ambulance company. The children, four of us, we all went off and did our own things, all started our own companies, and we had the opportunity to participate in the Toyota store.
So Paul, tell me about your dad. He really was a self-made man, wasn't he?
Oh yeah, Bob Sr. He's a tough guy to work for. He's still involved with the business. We see him typically on Tuesdays. We have Tuesday managers meetings, and the managers meeting is follow up to with a family meeting. So we bought Toyota of Dartmouth in 2001. At the time, Toyota of Dartmouth was selling about 40 cars total, new and used combined at the time.
Not a lot.
Not a lot of vehicles. Today we sell approximately 100 new, 100 used per month. So a couple hundred cars a month, 200 new service customers a month. So the business is doing well.
And a lot of the same employees from back in the day, that's got to be good for your customers to see those familiar faces.
Absolutely, specifically in our service department. All the service advisors that were here in 2001 are still here.
So Paul, you really got into the car business by accident.
We had no intentions of running the Toyota dealership on a day-to-day type basis. And within 6 months, that's exactly what happened. The Zamito family was in without much car experience running the total operation.
So what's it like running a car business?
It's challenging. You know, things are always changing.
It's not for everybody.
It's not for everybody. You know, you're running 5 different businesses under one roof. You have a new car department, used car department, parts, service, and we also have a collision center that's located about 10 minutes from here.
I always think it's a badge of honor when you have repeat customers, because anybody can sell somebody one car, but when they come back 3 years later or 4 years later, I mean, that means you did a good job, and you have a lot of repeat customers.
We do. We see the same people, like you said, over and over again. People are on their second, third, fourth Toyota from us.
And it doesn't hurt that you're selling Toyota.
Oh, absolutely not. It's an honor to sell Toyota. If other franchises out there, and we've owned them, it's nothing like dealing with the Toyota and the Toyota customer.
What is it about Toyota that makes them so remarkably popular, reliable, safety, everything, right?
Absolutely. I think the reliability is probably the number one. Safety is right up there at the top of the list also. And their styling. I mean, look at their styling these days. They're making great looking cars. They lease well, they hold up well. Gas mileage, phenomenal gas mileage. You look at their hybrid lineup, nobody competes in that hybrid segment.
What is it about the Toyota of Dartmouth customer experience that's important to you?
Well, back to the employees, the customer experience. They're coming back, on their second, third, fourth car, and they're still seeing the same salesperson that they bought from, 4, 5, 6, 8 years ago. They're still here. We try to keep it a low pressure experience. We try to minimize their time here and find out what they're really looking for in a car and try to fill that expectation.
Can you talk a little about the service department? I don't think a lot of people don't think much about the back of the house, but that's an incredibly important part of any dealership. And what's going on back there that you're proud of?
The service department, we have a very busy service department. We're seeing approximately 100 customers per day that come through our service drive. And from the moment you arrive, we have porters out front directing you into our service drive. They're taking your keys, your basic information, and then you go into the service department and you're seeing that service advisor that has been here for 15 or 20 years. We have a large Portuguese population down in the Fall River, New Bedford area. And we have those Portuguese-speaking people at all of our counters, whether it's the service counter, our check collision body shop counter, the sales department. It's very important to us to make sure people are comfortable.
Paul, with all the information that everybody has at their disposal when customers come into the dealership, they pretty much already know what they want, they know the pricing, things of that nature. Is that a good thing or a bad thing in selling cars these days?
Selling cars these days, it's a challenge. It's so competitive, just for all the reasons you talked about. The customer comes in very, very prepared. They know what they want, they know how much they want to pay, they know what their trade is worth. So it all comes down to how were they treated? Were they treated fairly? Were our salespeople prepared to show them the product that they wanted? Were they informed properly? Were they given some different options on whether it's leasing or purchasing, finance options? So it's not as simple as people would think, just to come in and say, I'm going to buy a car. It's not that easy.
What is it about running a car business that maybe most people don't know about?
It's a lot of work. It's hands-on. It's bell to bell. There's always a Zamito in-house, and we think that that's the way it needs to be. If you look around, there are not a lot of family-owned dealerships left. Usually they're groups or chains that have come in and acquired the small hometown guys, and we're one of the holdouts. One of the things that keeps you up at night is, not that it's me personally, but the Zamito family of 130 families out there that depend on us running a dealership where we have repeat customers and we have an opportunity for them to make a good paycheck and support their families.